Yo, what's poppin', baby? Just got a ride party. Big up the Dank TV.
Yo, it's your girl Henny Chris, and you're watching Dank TV. We out this bitch.
It's your boy Cool Dre from around the way, here to steal your bait, and I'm here rolling with Dank TV.
My name is Young Chet, and you watching Dank TV.
Hey man, you already know what it is. It's your boy Cheeseburger from Cheeseburger Productions, the Dank Daddy from the Dank TV, and who do I have with me today?
Jasmine Adelia.
Ooh, I like that name. So can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
So I am a social media strategist. What that means is I curate and I customize look that fits your brand's energy and it fits your brand's look. After that, I make sure it sends out the right message to your target audience, and we come up with a strategy so therefore your engagement is superb in addition to your marketing skills as well. Aside of it, I am also a model, and I also do photography as well and web development.
So I understand you wear many hats, correct?
I wear what now?
Many hats?
Many hats. Yes, I do wear many hats. I do.
Okay. So what hat fits you the most?
Basically meaning what hat I wear on a regular.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, social media marketing for sure. Social media marketing for sure, because what I do is social media marketing for sure. What I do is I make sure if I don't have clients right in and there, that's completely fine. There's plenty of startup businesses that happen in Orlando, and some of these startup businesses need a partner to go further. Like if you want things to go fast, you do it alone. If you want things to go further, you're gonna need a partner to help you out and be there. And with me being well connected to multiple different people and being different than other social media strategists, because some other social media strategists, what happens is that they network within their peer group. But networking within our peer group is not where our money derives from. We have to go a little higher and have our decorum be professional to appeal to people above our peer group, people that are rushing in time, people that don't have time, people that just need to quick, fast, in a hurry and cutthroat and need to be 100% prepared. So social media is mostly what I do. Social media marketing and all that is basically what I do. I'm a baby communist.
So have you went to school? What you got going on right now?
Oh, no. I have not. I am currently in school, but I have not even touched the basis of my prerequisites for that major. I have an aunt that owns Soiree Orlando. I have another aunt that owns Cush International. I have a boyfriend that does photography. I have my dad that hustles on the side. So being able to grow up and basically watching these businesses really start from the bottom and just a side hustle, and watching it grow up to where my family members are bringing in more than 6 figures and more than properties in Orlando and out of state is what helped me to understand what each person needs.
Okay. So knowing that you're in a relationship, how do you balance your hustle with your relationship? Can you speak a little bit on that?
There are days I still have to, I'm very Caribbean, and with that I'm very cultured in the mindset where I do have to, at the end of the day, be my boyfriend's woman, and I do have to take out time for that. But I include his ass in because like, if he has a skill set, I'm capitalizing off of that skill set, because you know what, I'm very adamant on securing the bag, but it's not just myself as well. If you are my significant other, we have to secure the bag together, because you know a bitch is expensive. So, but I don't want to be that one chick that always just takes out of my man pocket. I definitely do want to contribute back to it as well. So as far as maintaining a balanced relationship, my man is inside of it as well by default. But there are times over the weekend where we'd be like, you know what, we don't want to deal with any clients, we don't want to deal with any people texting my phone. We will turn our phones off and we will unplug and we'll just enjoy our time together.
So actually you're a rare breed of woman, so you take your man out to dates and all of that, you text him first.
Yeah.
Nigga, what? What?
I have a goal to reach. I have a goal to reach. At some given point in time, I do want to be married. At some given point in time, I do want a family. But I'm not just going to be married and have a family to just anybody. Like, my father's from New York, my mother's from Miami. So, like, I have very hood parents that gave birth to hood children. So, like, I just still need to be able to be sure that if I have a man that I'm marrying, he doesn't just be able to provide for me financially. I need him to be be there physically. I need them to be there emotionally. Like, it's a lot more than just giving me money. Because you could definitely have a deadbeat father in a marriage, and that's just not something I'm standing for.
So, knowing that you're very expensive, what you got going on? Is it free? Was your services free? Talk to him.
No, it depends on what you want. Going through the scale, modeling is anywhere between $70 to $120 as far as money. Photography is anywhere between $80 to $120 depending on what you need. Web development is anywhere between $200. What else? Social media strategy, that goes $175 point blank period. Doesn't matter how many content you have or how often you need me to post. It's literally $175 a month.
You heard that?
Yeah, it's literally just $175 a month. Depending, let me rephrase, because that's, content strategy is $175 a month if you do not have already content. If you do not have content and I have to wait on your content, then content strategy will be $175. But if you already have content where I'm able to fill up the month and I'm able to post 2 to 3 weeks, or you already have this, you just don't have the time, then it will go anywhere between $130, $140 a month. I think I touched everything.
Those sound like boss prices, goddamn. Because usually I have to tell people to step up their price, but shit, it sounds like you got your shit intact. A year, goddamn. Shit, hey, you done said your prices, but shit ain't for free. She got her phone bills. She ain't cheap. She very expensive, top shelf. So, what's your sign? Cause I understand you a boss. Can you tell us about your sign?
I am a Pisces. I am a proud Afro-Latina. I am Jamaican and Haitian as well.
You say Afro-Latina?
Afro-Latina.
Ooh, that's a rare type.
It's Yasmina Delia. I was born in Orlando. I grew up in Haiti, came back to Orlando, bounced from Miami to Orlando. That's just me. Whole Pisces came over here.
So, where you grew up at?
Yeah, I was born in Orlando, but my parents had me young, so they weren't able to take care of me. So around 7 or 8 months, I moved to Haiti, where I was taken care of by a nanny. I didn't come back into the States when I was about 2 or 3. English was tough. I didn't get a hang of English until I was at least 7. I was actually almost threatened to be held back because I couldn't get a hang of English. Yeah, the first language I learned was French, and then right after French, I moved in with my uncle. I'm lying. I moved in with my grandfather, who is Dominican and Haitian, so that's where I learned Spanish after trying to get rid of French. Then I moved in with my father, since my father is Cuban and Jamaican, and my father speaks Spanish. So through that process, I was able to move from Spanish to at least broken English patois, and then move from broken English patois to all the way English. All by 7.
So, growing up, where you grew up, did you do anything of the things you're doing now? Back where you grew up?
Oh, no. If you ever come across my family, whenever they're not trying to be petty, they will tell you that I am the turnaround child, because how my childhood went, I literally had 2 options. Either I'd be locked up or I'd be in a grave. So I definitely did a whole 360 turnaround and found my talent and was able to profit my talent and make it better for myself and get it together. And I'm only 20.
Wow, that is amazing. You're only 20 and you're doing...
Just turned 20. So I've been 20 for half a year.
Actually, I'm proud of you, because my thing, I'm really big on women empowerment, but you're just setting a whole nother bar for these women out here at a young age. God damn, she just 20. She just turned 20. Got it. What? Shit. Hey, women. Hey, y'all got. It's a whole new bar. It's a whole new. But the bar is set higher. So, can you speak on a part of your life where you was at an all-time low, but you made a bounce back?
Yeah. Okay. When I was 19, about 2 weeks after my 19th birthday, and I'm very open about talking about it. 2 weeks after my 19th birthday, mind you, this was just last year, I was sexually assaulted. And then I lost my job. I couldn't go to school because I was suspended off of campus. I had to go through it all alone. Like, I didn't have the best parents. I also didn't have friends, because people my age don't really make friends very well if they have the same mindset as me. I literally had to go through the entire attack alone. I didn't have the best mother. My mother literally dropped me off at the hospital and then bounced and was like, all right, I'll just let me know when you're done and I'll catch you later. And I was from the hospital from 11 o'clock at night to 9 o'clock the next morning. I had a boyfriend, so it was a fresh new relationship. So I literally crumbled and hit all the way down. Mind you, I also didn't have a father at the time. I was not speaking to my father. I think it was year 4 or 5 since I have spoke to my father. And I told myself, I was like, you know what? This all happened in March. And I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, I have a goal to reach, and can't no loser ass nigga, if he does come across this in the city, is going to stop that. I also still have a man, so I still have to cater to my man as well. I'm still a sister, so I gotta cater to my kid as well. I'm still a student, so even though I'm not in school, I gotta make sure I maintain retention as well. So what happened? So attack happened March 24th, left the hospital March 26th, slept in bed every day, depressed as hell every day, couldn't move nowhere every day. But April 18th, I was like, screw all that, I'm gonna go ahead and head out there, and April 18th was my first client. And since then, I've been making clients back to back to back to back. Even managed to run a business on my own for another company as well for the summer. That was a boutique. And then when that fell flat, I moved into a hospital, got a job in a hospital, stacked up my money. And even then, after that fell flat, I made sure I capitalized off my talent and became a social media marketer and sustained myself since.
Damn, I am speechless, y'all. We just gotta give it up for this queen right here. This is a queen. Through all the things she went through growing up, yeah, we gotta give it up for her. It ain't easy. So, how did you handle depression? Like, for everybody out there that doesn't know how to handle depression, because that's crazy.
I had to be honest. I had to be honest with myself and understand that at the end of the day, like, none of this was also my fault. And the way my thinking is, it may not work for everybody, but it worked for me as far as depression. And after that situation, it was more so like, fuck you. And at this point, because the world took so much out of me, like, I didn't have a childhood. I was raising my brother since I was 13. And then prior then, I didn't really have a father. My father was a revolving door of women, so coming in and out the crib. And then my mother was there, but my mother was the type of individual where, let me just keep my kid busy and I won't got to deal with her. So if my kid isn't busy, let me try to put her to sleep in bed early. So therefore I don't got to deal with her either. So I was trying to go where I was. So as far as dealing with depression, I was like, you know what? Y'all gone ahead and took my childhood from me. And then in addition, my first 2 years of college was rough as hell, so I didn't really get to enjoy college like most other kids as well. So it got to the point where I was just like, you know what? There's this saying where, you know, it's like, oh, you're still blessed because you're waking up every day. I hate that saying so much because that's not helpful. But I had to turn it around and understand, like, you know, I'm still blessed because I wake up every day. And at the end of the day, I'm going to still make this day mine. And this world is my oyster, bitch, y'all living in it. This is my world, and I'm making everybody my bitch. Y'all gonna know and I'm going to keep going until my name is full in everybody's mouth, whether it's sour, whether it's positive. Y'all gonna hear my name.
I'm just taken away every time I give the mic to you. I just be so what do I ask next? What? So do you love yourself?
Oh, of course. Who else is going to?
There you go.
Like, I feel like I love myself so much. That's why I'm able to share parts of myself with my significant other. I don't be with my significant other because my significant other loves me. I be with my significant other because I love me. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want a little extra love. Love me too. And I have so much love in a cup that it pours out where I'm able to pour into other people as well. So yeah, I love myself. I only got myself in the mirror, like, and if I don't love myself, then I'm gone for it. Like I said, I'm not going back in the paths where I literally only had two options: either I'd be arrested or I'd be in jail. And I don't like other people. I don't even like roommates, so I'm not gonna fuck with a cellmate, and I'm never gonna leave. And then being as aggressive as I was growing up, I had to either stop fighting or understand that, you know, fighting now isn't the same as fighting back then when our parents were growing up. Like, nobody just get oiled up and go head to the streets and start boxing no more. People, you losing your life at this point, and at this point, fighting me, don't let the cute face get you the wrong impression of me. Like, you will lose your life. If you a mother, you're gonna have a child that's motherless. If you are a son, if you got your father, you will be fatherless. Like, because at the end of the day, I love me so much, I'm not going to let me disappear. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I raised a kid since I was 13. He's practically my own. I still got to make it home to that kid.
Damn, like, I'm just so taken. Do you have a book in the making? No. Like, I feel like you should write a book about your life, and I said it'll be in New York Times bestseller.
It's on the to-do list, but again, it's a strategy to get that done. I'm not just going to write a book and then market it. There is a strategy for me to get it done. Because I am so diverse, I plan on hitting up Orlando. I do move to Miami in September, so I will hit up Miami as well and make myself known there. I do plan on getting a passport sometime this year, so I could go back to Haiti and make myself known there. Then I'm going to go back to JA, make myself known there, go back to Cuba, make myself known there, go back to New York and make myself there, go back to Texas and make myself known there. So therefore my platform, because you see all these girls, IG girls, they have their highest platform just because, like, you know, they basically showing ass and whatever, but y'all bitches still sleeping on a pallet in your homegirl's floor. So
we in church right now, guys. Whoa.
Or y'all securing the bag off y'all baby daddies, you know, child support. And don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with child support at all, but y'all also have to understand that's not your only source of income. So I have to, and on top of that, people have to understand, you don't just get followers from people being like, oh, repost my stuff. You actually have to make primary relationships with your followers, so therefore all of your followers do feel related to you, and they do feel connected to you, and they do feel like there's a home within you. And when you have all these people there, eventually the purchase will be made. It's almost like having your family there when you were young. Oh, my baby wants to go out to go play basketball or baseball. I'm gonna go out and support my baby. It's the same thing even with strangers. So you have to make that primary relationship so the profit is made. So that's what I plan on doing. And I plan on having all of this done by 22.
I'm
not pregnant, I'm not married,
22. So, do you have any tips for all of these people out here that's in your field that's coming up? What do you got to say to them?
Not everything works. What's for you is for you, and it's going to find you regardless of where you are. Nobody validates the vision that God has set out for you. A lot of times we see where people stop their craft because they're not getting support from their homies, or they're not getting support from their loved ones. Again, I don't give a fuck, because when that time comes where I start elevated, then people will come back. So when they do come back, though, here's the best part. When they do come back, don't be sour just because they weren't there to begin with, because now at least then they're able to be there and elevate you to the next point. If you feel like there's no such thing as competition, there's plenty of wealth to go around. And if you feel like your friends are elevating a lot higher than you, don't get jealous. I've had plenty of times where my friends were like, oh, she's making more money than us, she thinks she's popping or whatever, when really in actuality I am impressed by my growth and I want to share, and then eventually I'm gonna pull you up with me because you're friends with me. Like, I feel like all of my friends deserve luxury. We all deserve the best of the best. So if I'm your homegirl and I'm getting it, you're gonna get it too, if you're deserving. Or sometimes you won't know. I feel like I'm gonna be that one person where I'll win the lottery, ain't nobody gonna know. I'll still drive my Toyota. Ain't nobody gonna know. But yeah, that's what I have to say. What's for you is for you, and will find you regardless of where you are. And nobody validates the vision that God has set out for you. And if there's no such thing as competition, you move on your own pace, and you're never too old for nothing. So if you 20 and you ain't get that degree, you don't want to go back to school, no problem. Like, we could wait. And if you're 30 and you want to go back to school, by all means, go back to school. You ain't too old. You go ahead and hit it up. I have an aunt that was making less than significantly, like, she had to be making at least $20,000 to $30,000 a year, so like sustaining a family of 3 and a husband, and then her entire income turned around in her 40, and now she makes at least more than 6 figures and owns a property in Orlando and in St. Croix and travels for work as a DJ. So like, you're never too old. You're never too old.
So I'm gonna wrap this up. What you go by again? What you go by again? What you go by again?
Oh yeah,
What if
you
people
can follow me on Instagram at love.magnet, just how it sounds, just as it's spelled. Yeah, and there, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. Also, if you wish to follow the business page, it is Creative Focus. However, creative is in Creole. I recommend you go on Google Translate to figure that out. Period focus. And from there, if you just want to talk, shoot the shits, I'm down for it, so long as you are appropriate, because people get my page and my personality mixed up. Like, no, those are 2 different people. Yeah, that's it. That's Jasmine and Delia.
Okay. So I am with Jasmine Adelia, and I am Cheeseburger from Cheeseburger Productions, the Dank Daddy from the Dank TV, and we are out.